at this point, right? I mean, there's a lot on the line. The championship, the prize pool. You got to do something.
Of course, of course. And this is, okay, look, if they're up against, you know, a team not the caliber of Nova Esports, I still think Nongshim's lineup is legit. I think that you can win with this one. They play very well together. They understand these heroes. They're no strangers to what they've picked. But going up against Nova's lineup, where they seem to have a really good draft strategy in mind and are able to take really good team fights with their superior positioning, they might have a tough time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think Nongshim just need to have a good early game in this one if they are going to try and take the team fights in their favor. But if Nova sort of dominate that clash lane and then Shawan's been given up a free roll here, but the Duel of Death is being exhausted onto the back line of Nongshim. Kyung9 takes the hit, but he's able to escape though.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yep, the Ruly Blade, yep, the Wind Slash comes through. He's looking a little low. HoK may have to be careful here. Shawan onto the back line. He's trying to stunt him down. There he is, just pushing him back. First blood goes to Wendy.
Yeah, I mean, Shawan made his way all the way from the top lane, just rotated around. HoK in no man's land. He should definitely have retreated much sooner than that. Obviously, you're only level 4. You're not really tanky or able to do any damage. But one thing that I've noticed is that I talk about how HoK's on this Dune and it's the signature hero. But if we're looking at what happened yesterday, he was kind of not really hitting his wind slashes. Something seemed a little bit off where he's not able to hit those. But this is a really nice play by Shawan, just pushing him back, giving up first blood.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you have to give him a little bit of leeway. He's going against a Guan Yu. He's going against a Masashi as well, right? So they're not the easiest of targets to hit. They have extreme speed. Guan Yu can dash around as well. So even if you kind of hit the first wind slash, you're not always necessarily going to hit the second.
Yo, are you a pro player or are you me? Okay? That's the standard that I'm talking about, right? Like, you have to hit your wind slashes, okay? 100% of the time, and I don't want to hear anything else, HoK.
I feel like that was like an existential crisis question there. Are you a pro player or are you me? You're like looking in the mirror, just staring at yourself like, you need to be a pro player.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, I expect you to be much, much better, right? And hitting those things on. Of course, you're gonna, you know, even like Michael Jordan didn't hit all of his shots, but at the end of the day, you need to hit the critical ones, ensuring that your team wins those team fights.
I mean, right, again, with being exhausted, but it's going to be potential here. The thing claims the kill onto Kyung9. This is the point of return potentially for the side of Nongshim, able to push this Tyrant.
Wave Pit does have the smite though.
So brought left through from Nova, but is it going to be enough there? It is the Winter is here. The claims wait more, but dive in is going to be phased. Get taken down. Why coming in with some extreme speed to the death and the flaming palms. That is a 3 lead for Nova Esports.
Really well played by Nova. I mean, this is the power of that spite on the Zhang Fei about Wave. I mean, even at the 4-minute mark, you have to be, like, push him away or figure something out. But the fact that they were able to get the unbridled outburst and then he gets that, yes, he dies, not the worst thing in the world, because especially since the rest of Nova are there, they've got that lead. And Shawan, man, on this Guan Yu, so good.
Very, very good. Like, honestly, you can kind of see the whole point of Wave Pit here. We've seen it series that there's a play that basically being used as a scapegoat. It's like, hey guys, don't worry about it. I'll just focus all the attention onto me. I'll exhaust all the ultimates and then you in. And that's exactly what Nova did.
Yeah, just really, just well coordinated. I mean, one thing to note is that I think HoK is being a little bit more aggressive than he should be. I mean, he's 2 levels behind CY, who's like out farming him, outpacing him. Tough situation for him to even take any sort of team fight at this point.
Yeah, I think
Winslow missed again, man.
Yeah, overall, I think everybody is behind on the side of Nongshim, and that's the whole point of getting those kills, getting those experience. But CY maybe get caught out here. The Wave Breaker does come through on Ruly Blade. Wind Slash not quite connecting there. It does hit Muchi up ever so slightly, but he's able to get out of there as well. Able to trade a few Flaming Palms. But the problem here for Nongshim is the fact they don't have that T1 into the mid lane, right? That opens up so much opportunity for them to go in.
Yeah, CY right there. He was like driving along, just making his way out. He had extreme speed, and he's like, dude, guys, I am in a bad neighborhood. This is not a friendly one, because every...
It is met by the Unbridled Outburst, leap it onto the back of Siri took so much damage, and then that just leads up for Xuan to go straight into the back line. He does fall, however, after getting a double kill, but that is the way you want to go out, right, in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, I mean, that's ideal. Best case scenario right there. Just reposition Haku, Illusion, Siri, all three members there. Forced it out. Yeah, you die. Not the worst thing in the world. You're a Clash laner. You're used to this. You're supposed to be making those plays, sacrificing for your team. And Xuan, man, he is on another level with this Guan Yu.
Yeah, I mean, when your lane's looking so healthy, right? I mean, if it was the opposite, if it was down 2 turrets and he was making these kind of plays, and yes, he still got the double kills, it would be interesting in terms of what they were thinking in that, because their lane would be dominated. But Xuan, his lanes never looked so healthy. I mean, other than the first second into the gorge, it's looking pretty clean. But yeah, Nongshim are not looking as clean in this game. But I felt like that in the draft. It's just like, there's not enough burst damage. There's not enough damage coming through from the side of Nongshim.
Yeah, and it's hard to initiate. Like, everything, again, very predictable. Like, it's very linear. I mean, walking into, like, a Musashi, Nua, Muchi, like if you get the jump on Muchi, he just flies away. You have Wave Pit as the counter initiation. I mean, they have everything. You're like, oh, what are the weaknesses of this draft? Like, go, good luck. I don't know.
Yeah, but I do have to give props to that to Nova. The fact that they were just letting Muchi just, like, hit the turret, the T2, and Nova was just like, don't worry, we've got this jungle covered. No one's going to gank you. They have no way in, which was a really clean strat there.
Yeah, I mean, completely, like, just so good at this point. I mean, the Overlord, that's a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of space for Nongshim to kind of get themselves back. But it's like 7K net worth lead. It's very difficult to come back of a team from Nova. Maybe you catch somebody out, not the easiest thing to do because they just stick together and they like deathball you.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like none of the teams in the Season 3 Invitational have gotten, like, wiped down high ground turrets, not being able to come back. But this is Nova. This is the grand finals. Are they going to be able to give you that room to breathe? Probably not. But speaking of room, is created by that T2 takedown into the Clash lane. But you get Wendy get a kill onto Kyung9. And then Illusion goes down as well. Muchi claiming another kill. Flaming Palms definitely melts the winter.
Xuan with yet another Razor Cavalry on the back line, pushing it out, separating the teams, understanding where that avenue of attack is. Nongshim have not done a good job. Like, it's one of those things where you got to check your angles. You should not be fighting outside of your base. If anything, you stay under that tower. Hopefully, you can do a little bit more damage, and that will get you that team fight win. But not able to do it. No, make them pay. Sitting ducks sticking out of that base.
Yeah, unfortunately, they were just kind of sort of sat in at the wrong spot at the wrong time for the side of Nongshim, and it's definitely showing in terms of the gold objectives as well as a whole, but in the lanes as well. You can see that CY is way ahead of Haku in the gold by at least almost 3k gold, which is huge, and that's not the kind of place you want to be making that gold differential.
They're gonna go here.
Yeah, but Bright Outburst disconnect onto the back line. Doesn't quite get enough as much as what they have been, but it's the Razor Cavalry coming in from the back, just shoving them around. Xuan being the schoolyard bully in this game 3 between Nova and Nongshim. But even Wave Pit's picking up double kills. What's going on here? We see Kyung9 going in, just trying to get a little bit of a saving grace, but it's now all down to Faye defending this high ground.
Yeah, there's really no way to hold. I mean, Faye is just by himself. I don't think he can hold on this.
No, I think it's fate that they go down in game 3, and it looks like Nova's going to clean up slate and take 2-1.